Hey, what's up, fellas? It's still May 8th, Sunday. It's almost 1 o'clock here, and it's just a little too warm to be outside anymore, so I'm going to do this. The title of this short video is Why You as a Man Must Be Able to Listen. And I always say you have two ears and one mouth for a reason. You should always listen twice as much as you speak. Last night, the 7th Saturday, from 6:30 to 9:30, one of my wife's aunts had a retirement party, and she and I went. Now, we sat at a table with some of her cousins and the rest of that stuff, and some topics of conversation came up to which kind of get uncomfortable for people. Now, I have always been politically a centrist moderate, which means sometimes I agree with some of the things the right side says, and sometimes I agree with the left side says, but I never go too far to either side. They have a guy running here for the governor of the state of Texas called Beto O'Rourke. And all the people that I was sitting at the table with identified as liberals. Mind you, I'm one of two white guys in this entire thing. And as a whole, in El Paso, as a white guy, I'm less than, I think I'm 11 or 14% of the population down here. But that has never bothered me. I have never in my life been concerned about the color of your skin. I've been concerned of who you are as a person, how you act and how you treat people, especially how we interact. But I've never been, I grew up in Highland Park, Detroit. If you ever want to think about that, now, I can't tell you how many great times I have with the people I grew up with there. And they were predominantly, I'd say almost 95% African-American. Love to me, they're just people. And at that point, when you're all poor, you're just all poor. It doesn't matter if you're white poor or black poor. We were all poor living in the same place. So anyways, I know about hot combs. I know about sleeping in the kitchen with the oven on. I can tell you, and I remember couch surfing, and beautiful, good African-American families, black communities taking care of me. If you ever want to have a good time at church, you make sure you find a good Southern Baptist church. And anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So we're at the table, and there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's probably 9 of us sitting at this table, and politics starts coming up, and everybody except for me at the table wants to support this guy called Beto O'Rourke. Now, I'll let you know he ran for president, and one of the things he talked about is he said on TV, hell yeah, I'm going to come take your AK-47. Hell yeah, I'm going to take your AR-15. And they asked me about him, and I said, well, I call him Beta O'Dork. And there was just a silence. And I explained myself and I said, the guy's never had a job. I mean, during the pandemic, during all this stuff, did he ever open up a soup kitchen? Do you ever see him volunteering like I do down at the church every Wednesday? Do you ever see him down at the Kelly Memorial Pantry volunteering and helping out? Did he donate money and or food or anything to anybody? Has he paid anybody's rent? Has he done anything? And they were like, no. And I said, okay, well, that's why I don't like the guy. I said, I don't think he's qualified for it. And then we bantered back and forth, and we have a congresswoman now. Her name is Veronica Escobar. She's a big-time liberal, and I support a lot of the things that she does. She's done a lot to help veterans here in the city of El Paso. Anyways, here's the thing. Once I answered a question, I just was quiet, and I let them talk. I cannot tell you. I don't have to be right. I'm not some kind of guy. I don't do the gotcha stuff. I don't have to tell people that, no, I know better than you or something like that. And we had an actual adult conversation. It got a little warm and never got heated. It got a little warm. And that's just from some of the younger members at the table who were very involved with their opinion. We have to, as men, maintain our emotional status. So that is something we all have to do. And listening twice as much as you speak is an important factor in being successful. Um, I had a great time out. My wife's sneaking up on me. She's got her earbuds in. She's cleaning like a crazy person. Again, we talked about racism. We talked about politics. And you know what? I talked about we have to be more inclusive, completely inclusive with people. Just because you disagree with me doesn't mean you're wrong. I don't think that you're wrong. We have a difference of opinion. And I'm not of the thing that if you have a difference opinion of mine than I do, your opinion's different than me, doesn't mean I think you're a bad person. I don't ever want to talk to you. That's not being an adult. There's no reason for us to be so polarized. So anyways, one of the traits or habits that I think you should adopt as a man to be successful is listen twice as much as you speak. You'll find out people can't wait to tell you about themselves. People can't wait to tell you things. And it's after a while, you'll learn how to detect who's full of shit and who's not full of shit, who's genuine, who's not, who's a scammer, who's scheming. It's just do yourself a favor. Let other people speak. If they ask you a question on how you feel about something, you should give them an honest answer, and then you should be willing to listen to what they have to say. No one got loud, no one got verbose, no one was pointing at anybody, but there's nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion with somebody and still having a drink with them. We were drinking iced tea, but other than that, yeah, it was no big deal. So again, you as a man must be able to listen. That may sound like a no-brainer, but it is what it is. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of yourself. Like a fart in a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.